Hello, hello. This is Michelle Barr, and I am live. And I just want to let you know that I'm live in two places, on my personal Michelle Barr page and on my Michelle Barr Medium business page. So if you ever feel like I'm not looking directly at you, I'm not making eye contact, it's because I've got two things going here. Hi, come on in. It's great to see you. I have got my computer and my phone both live. So I am looking at you, I'm watching what you say to me and all of that, and I'm so excited. It is a big day here at Michelle Barr Unlimited. A few hours ago, I went live to talk all about the work I've been doing the past few years and how that work is growing and evolving and what's behind that. And it's all about the healing warrior versus the healer, and I've got a whole story and path around it. So you can go to my page, Michelle Barr, and you can grab that. It's really in my group now and on my business page and my personal page, and watch that from earlier. And now I have a big announcement, and I'm going to give you some backstory on this. Some of you have been sharing this journey with me. I've talked about it a little bit, but it really hasn't been out there yet, because for a while I wasn't sure when it was going to be ready and what it was even going to look like. But as I talk about all the time, I've come to a place where I have created spiritual freedom and financial freedom in my business and my life, where money doesn't make my decisions. I talked about this in my earlier Facebook Live that I did this afternoon. And what's important about that is I talked about I've come to a place where when Spirit says go, I say when and where, and I go. So end of 2017, I was invited to a workshop. It's great to see all of y'all. Come on in. I was invited to a workshop. Someone I know on Facebook, and then we had met in person, and I had gone a few years before to a workshop of hers, and she kept saying, come out to LA, come to this workshop. Something immediately told me I had to go. So I did what I do. I put it in my calendar and I made arrangements to go, and it was pretty far out. And so as my life got busier and busier, and I travel a lot for my business as it is, so I really started trying to talk myself out of it. Now I know that when I'm feeling resistance, it's because something big is going to happen. And I'm good at catching it. This is something we do. And even then, I started saying, I'm not going to go. I'm really busy. Look, I had two trips on either side of this. This was October 2017. I was on a speaking tour. I had all kinds of things going on, and I was going to be all the way on the East Coast and have to fly all the way to the West Coast and then go somewhere else. So I started saying, oh, maybe I just won't go. And Spirit was very clear I was going. So I went. And as soon as I got there, I knew why I was there. And what unfolded from me listening and following Spirit has been miraculous, because there was a piece I had shut down in myself that it turns out over the past year is one of, if not my greatest gift. And standing there in that room was a woman I had never heard of, that I suddenly knew was my spiritual teacher, my tutor for mediumship. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. I've had this journey with mediumship. Now I realize I've had it all my life. But in the past decade, from when I first started my healing center and I was doing healing work, I felt very comfortable saying I'm a healer and saying I'm a psychic. And we all do crazy things to ourselves, and they never make sense, but they always come from somewhere. And for some reason, I always stopped short of the medium. I would say, I'm not that. That's not who I am. That's not what I want to be. And other people over the years, especially people that sat in development circles with me, would say, but you are. Why are you saying that? Why are you not doing this? Thank you all for the hearts and the love and the thumbs up. This has been quite a journey. So for a decade, mediumship would come knocking. I was sitting in psychic development and mediumship development circles for years, but I would always say, oh, I'm interested. And why am I so interested and so drawn to it? But it's not me. And I would hear about people who had gone off to Arthur Findlay College. This plays into the story. They'd gone off to Arthur Findlay College and had these amazing experiences. And I kept saying, I want to go, but why? So I show up October of 2017, and over the 4 days, what unfolds is not only am I finally realizing it's time to embrace this, Spirit is talking to me, and we have free will. So I could have said no again, but it was working on me. I came to a startling realization that I'd never had before. And you'll also then see how Spirit prepares us and equips and qualifies us. Because not only am I a medium, but my greatest calling is to be a platform medium, which is what they call it in the UK. We also know it as a gallery. They call it a demonstration where you stand up in a crowd. And so think of this. I had just spent the past few years being trained as a speaker so that would not be a fear for me. And here I was, this speaker, well-trained, traveling for the past 2 years, speaking on stages to lots of people, using my gifts to read audiences and to do all of that. And suddenly I knew. I found myself compelled. Everything, realize this too, once you're called, Spirit has everything laid out. All you have to do is pick it up. So I got invited to go to the workshop. My teacher appeared. Before I knew it, I signed up to work with her for a year. I had never heard of her. She's a very famous medium. She's in her 80s now, and she was one of the first teachers at Arthur Findlay College. What really drew me to her is I'm drawn not just to mediumship as a skill and as a gift, as a spiritual gift, but for spiritualism, which is a religious belief, which is spiritual beliefs. Spiritualism encompasses mediumship, and she is deep into spiritualism. Spirit lined it all up. But even more, remember, I had this bucket list item about going to Arthur Findlay College. It's been on my bucket list for 7 years. My first day at the workshop, I'm sitting on the couch waiting to go in, and a woman sits next to me. We strike up a conversation. Suddenly, it's like something is happening here. You know when you're in the middle of a divine appointment. And I was. Before that 4 days was done, we planned to go to Arthur Findlay College together. This is in October 2017. And a lot of times you talk about things like that and people don't follow through. Well, December of last year, we made that trip, and it was a bucket list, amazing, life-changing journey. So Spirit had it all laid out for me. My next teacher, my year. Yes, happy 2019, all of you. Thank you for showing up as I'm unveiling this. It has been a work in progress and a serious journey. So this is it in a nutshell, and there are places you can go and read more about that journey, and I'm going to let you know about it because I was documenting it. What unfolded was the most amazing journey from October 2017 to just getting back from Arthur Findlay College, where Spirit, time and time and time again. And once I said yes, Spirit just laid it out. All I had to do was pick it up. It was amazing. My close friends, my spiritual running buddies were watching this all unfold in absolute amazement. And once I tapped into the gift and I said yes, it began to just grow and grow and grow. There's a town called Lilydale in upstate New York, outside of Buffalo and near Niagara Falls. And it is a spiritualist community. And in order to buy a home and live in a home in Lilydale, you have to be a certified medium And to read in Lilydale, you have to be a certified medium. It is like going back in time. It is this old Victorian village, and people come from all over the world to speak there, to teach there, and all of that. And I love it. As I'm telling the story, my bucket list buddy is here in the room. That's great. I'm telling the story of us in LA sitting next to each other on the couch and then ending up at Arthur Findlay College together. She also came with me into that program. We've been journeying together. So Lilydale, all of a sudden out of nowhere, I got invited to Lilydale twice. And I want you to understand, these were things that came in as opportunities for me to say yes or no to. I did not plan them, and I ended up at Lilydale twice. And while I was there, again, I had magic experiences. I'm going to tell you where you can go to my blog and you can read about the first experience with mediumship and then read about the Lilydale experience, because you can't make this shit up. That is what I'm always saying. And I preface when I'm going to tell people, my friends and my community, what's happened, I say, you can't make this shit up. Hi, it's so good to see you in here. Come on in. I'm unveiling it all. I've got gifts for you, and I'm going to show this to you. So this journey has been unfolding, and I've committed to it. And more magic. All of a sudden, this famous Hollywood TV star medium came across my page and started watching it, and he interviewed me. And that got me out. We had close to 10,000 views. He interviewed me on Facebook Live. Spirit takes care of it. All these things were coming into my life and blessing me. And it was so easy. It was so much easier than anything else I had done, because it's my greatest gifts. Yes, hearts, 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 and hearts. So here I am. So last year, somebody came in my life, first as a client, who had the ability to take the concept of what was coming to me and help me build this website. And I said, I don't even know when I'm going to use it, but I need it to be ready. Spirit is telling me to have it ready. And today, it's ready to launch. And my website is michellebarrmedium.com. When you go there, click on blog, and you can read about the journey, and you can follow a couple things, because there's the story of when this all started and my journey with mediumship, including the 10 years I said no to it and what was going on. Then there's the story of Lilydale, which is mind-blowing. And then I created a Facebook Live not long ago that's on there that says how I scared the shit out of myself this year for last year, because I always talk about, if your dreams don't scare you. Thank you, Gail, so much for posting that. You are awesome. Thank you. If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. And I had taken that to heart. I scared myself like no other. So I had these experience after experience, LA and Lilydale in the summer, and then Arthur Findlay. And at Arthur Findlay, it all just split wide open. You're doing experiments at Arthur Findlay, and you're being tested to see how things are. You're in an environment where you're getting to just immerse yourself, to learn and study, but to practice and to do all these experiments that are amazing. And then I had the opportunity to get up on the platform, and I was so scared because we were not taking a platform class. So not everybody was getting up on the platform, and I knew I had to do it. And so I have a whole story, and it's in that video. Before I left Arthur Findlay, I took the platform. And next weekend, I'm doing a live platform event for a private group. I'm stepping out in it. What I want you to know is I want you to see how even when I had this big business and I'm using my gifts every day, I'm working with my clients intuitively and energetically and strategically as a healer, as a psychic, and I'm using the mediumship gifts, but I wasn't claiming all of me. And when it first came in, I said, now, really, now? I'm really busy. The past 2 years, my business is booming. Last year, it was completely full. My year-long private client program was sold out. I was busy. Also, my son got married. My daughter, one of them was in graduate school. We moved another daughter. We had all this stuff going on, and yet it was knocking. I also was on a 5-city speaking tour and had some other speaking engagements. So there's never a right time, a best time. There's the time your soul contracted to do this and a time you created spirit to show up with all the breadcrumbs and all the divine appointments and stepping in. Guess what? Instead of my business or my personal life suffering, a few months ago, I had the biggest money month in my business of my life. I was sold out last year. I had a lot of wonderful family experiences and experiences with my husband. My business was blessed. And I developed the mediumship. So I'm inviting you to go to michellebarrmedium.com and you will see, yes, 2 R's. Thank you, Michelle Barr, Barr, medium.com. And they have put the URL in there. Thank you. I'm reading comments and staying on track. When you get there, there's a master class about all non-physical support, your higher self, your guide, source, spirit, all of that. And that master class is yours for free. You can go there. You'll see it at the top right. It's an MP3 you can download or listen to online. And then if you scroll to the bottom, you can join this community, join my community. And I have a PDF for you about how to know when you're ready for a breakthrough. And I have a clarity meditation that I've been using for years. When I go out and speak, people ask for it. Those are free gifts. So you can go, you can read the blog articles, you can look at the free gifts, you can get what you want and connect with me. And on Facebook, no matter how you're connected to me now, go to Michelle Barr Medium. And if you want to get in my private Facebook group, these are newly formed communities. Being a medium, if you are working on being a medium, if that's something you want to explore, there's a community I'm building that in there of people who are mediums in development. And I'm sharing the journey. That's being a medium. And then you can go to my page, Michelle Barr Medium, where I show up and just have resources for you, inspiration, motivation. Thank you. And now that I'm unveiling all this, I'll show up on there. And I'll do readings and healings, and I'll show you about this work. So I'm so excited to share this with you and to invite you to go to the website and see it. My web designer took my concept in my head and built something that I'm very excited about, that I think is just beautiful. And more than that, serves you. I have to roll out what I teach. So everything has to create a very clear message. It has to be unique to me. So here's what I'll show you if you want to just go look at my website as teaching and training for spiritual entrepreneurs, because I have lots of clients that are psychics, mediums, and healers. So my website had to have free resources, had to invite you into my community, had to create a clear path. And when you show up there, I'm not saying buy mediumship, buy an hour of mediumship, whatever it is. It's what I teach my clients. It's my true soul message. It's my unique way of using my gifts, and it's branded. So if you're going to look at it in that way, if you're coming in from that direction, I serve both spiritual entrepreneurs who I've been serving for a long time and spiritual seekers. Both come to me. So there's something for everyone. So yes, if you go and you look at michellebarrmedium.com from the perspective of how I teach my clients to build a business, it should create a very clear path. So you know what to do, you know what's there for you, you know what to buy. You come into my community so I can continue to feed you. I plug you in wherever you want to be in my social media and all those places. I have information there. I have just a few blogs so far, but they really show you who I am and what all this is about. I have ways for you to connect with me. I have ways for you to get on the phone with me, ways for you to send me a message. And I had some people look at this and go through my website, because this is what I do for other people. And what they've told me so far is it's not overwhelming. It's not too much. It's clear. It's clean. And that's what I want to hear. Charlotte, hi. Yeah, I'm not sure why you found this. Check out my website. I'd love to be connected with you. I love how that works. I'm always teaching how Facebook Live is so powerful, because it goes out there for free and finds people and recommends that they might want to watch you. It's so powerful. It's a very powerful tool I use in my business. I use Facebook all around. So of course I've created Facebook communities to go with my website, michellebarr.com, michellebarrmedium.com. Yes, that's exactly how it works. And now the private group, Being a Medium, if you're looking for that. And then also my page, Michelle Barr Medium. I'm going to be showing up now more and more as Michelle Barr Medium and doing things for my community in that way. That's really what I wanted to share with you. What I want to get across is, I was talking earlier today, so go and look at my earlier Facebook Live. I have a lot going on and staying on track. Thank you all. I love all the engagement. Go and look at my earlier Facebook Live, and I was talking about for healers, even at whatever level you're serving, you have a fire that you haven't brought out yet. That either you're afraid to, you're unsure of it, you're uncertain, you don't know what to do with it, people won't like you, people will think it's not nice. You have a fire, you have a deeper level. And this was part that was calling to me. It is a huge part of who I am. And so I dedicated, when I finally said, yes, Spirit, yes. Spirit laid it out, every breadcrumb, every divine appointment. It has been the easiest thing I have ever done in the past decade in my business. And you know then, it's so aligned. And that piece was missing, and I had to bring it to the forefront. Turns out, like I said, I always was downplaying it and saying it, yeah, it happens every once in a while spontaneously. It's actually a huge gift. I'm going to tell you a story about Arthur Findlay College. It's a huge gift. And so you all have gifts inside of you, pieces of you that you're saying, I'm not that, or I'm not that now, or I'll just hide that under. And that was hiding back here, when it's what people want and need, and it's one of my superpowers. So I'm ready now, and I have to always walk my talk. It did scare the shit out of me last year to dream that big of a dream and to get that uncomfortable. And I could have said it was inconvenient and it cost money that I could have put other places, all of those things. But guess what? It has blessed me in every way, because you know what? That's what Spirit does. Spirit provides the more and more aligned you are. And yes, I just saw someone, these are scrolling, but Charlotte, yes, I agree. You found me. You're getting ready to be a speaker and a workshop leader for empowering women to be leaders. And that's amazing. I'm a speaker and a teacher, both online and offline. I travel 1/3 of the year and I speak. And my clients are writing books and speaking and leading workshops and giving their signature talks and creating courses, all of that. And you can find all of that at michellebarr.com and right here on this Facebook page, Michelle Barr, that you've plugged into. So let me tell you this story. When I told you I went to Arthur Findlay College and they're doing these experiments. So we are doing, speed dating. We're doing speed reading. People sit in front of you and you're reading and you're testing yourself and you're seeing how you are. And I do radio shows too and telesummits, all of that. Yes, I love it. So here we are at Arthur Findlay College. It's like speed dating, but it's speed reading. But get this, our eyes are closed. They took it to lots of different levels to really allow you to test yourself and build confidence. So not only that, so our eyes are closed and someone sits in front of us that we don't know, and we're doing a reading. I did love it. But here's the most amazing one. Now, I'm really good at automatic writing, and it's something I do well. And I've always done it. Now I'm more aware of it. And so when people send me emails, I can automatic write, sometimes even better than reading and talking. Anyway, one day they had these raffle tickets, and he went around, the tutor went around, and he handed a ticket to each person. And he said, the ticket you're holding, it was just a little red or orange ticket with 3 numbers on it. And he said, one other person in this room is holding the same ticket as you. Find a quiet place between now and when we show up for class tomorrow. And I want you to write down a psychic reading and write down a mediumistic reading for this person. And I thought, what? Wow. But I did it. I was excited. And what I loved is when we all came back in the room, I had written a full thing. The minute I found a quiet spot, the minute I tuned into that number and I put the pen to paper, it flowed. It was full sentences. It was a whole story. When I went in the next day, there were people saying, oh, I just jotted notes, because everybody does things differently. So that further showed me, yes, the automatic writing is one of your great gifts. Whenever I would do email readings, people would get a lot out of it. Or just, I'll do Facebook, and instead of being live, and before there was Facebook Live, I'll just answer questions where I'm just writing, and I type very fast. So that helps. But this was written out by hand. So I had a couple of pages for a psychic reading and a couple of pages for a mediumistic reading. And when I sat down and the person came and sat down and said, I have this number, and I thought, oh my gosh, what if none of this is true? What if I made this up? What if this is crap? Am I crazy? Am I imagining it? Mediumship is intense to develop, because it's evidential. Even talking to spirit guides and ascended masters and spirit and your higher self and source and all of that, it's still kind of esoteric. People should be able to say, yes, I understand that. Yes, that makes sense to me. But this is completely evidential. And the woman said, I understand every word. You're giving me a message I've been asking for. I understand that. You also learn some things are symbols for you, and other things you're just meant to say them, and they have no meaning for you, and they have all the meaning in the world for the person you're giving them to. She said, yes, and I understand, yes, and I know exactly what that is. And then when I got to the mediumistic reading, she said, I know exactly who they are. Those are my grandparents. You've gotten the whole essence of them, because I'm clairsentient. And I found out more about this at Arthur Findlay, and working with my tutor Mavis for the past year, is reading mediumistically and reading psychically are 2 very different things. And because I'm clairsentient, I always get the feedback, often get the feedback that I've really captured the essence. And that's what she said to me. And I said, I'm going to leave you these pages. I'm going to leave you these pages. And she said all of it made perfect sense to her. And then I knew, oh my gosh, yes, this is what I'm meant to do. Spirit did not let me down. Spirit would not lead me here. I just had to listen. Spirit has been qualifying and equipping me. Spirit will call you before you feel equipped and qualified. Spirit does not call the qualified and equipped. He calls you and then he qualifies and equips you. And everything over the past decade, especially public speaking on big stages and small stages everywhere, had prepared me, because that's a big fear people have. So a lot of people would get up there and their voices are too soft. I don't even want to do it because you won't be able to hear me. And they're down like this and you couldn't hear their voice. And when I got up there, the tutor said, could you hear? Because guess what? We're in this big room of about 100 people, and the person that I was reading for was on the very back row. Thank you for coming. It's great. Yes, you can come back and get more of this later. Thank you so much for coming. She was on the very back row. And I was able to project, and I was able to keep contact, and I was able, so being a speaker had prepared me to be a platform medium. But I never would have taken up speaking saying, oh, because someday I'm going to be a platform medium. I started being told, you are a platform medium. And then one time, and this is what really can nail it for you, can really let it settle in for you. It did for me. My tutor, Mavis, she said, does your ego want to be a platform medium, or does your soul want to be a platform medium? And I knew, and I said, my soul wants to be a platform medium, because my ego wants to run screaming from this room right now and never come back. But Spirit kept at me, and Spirit gave me opportunities, and I was scared. My Lilydale story, which is on my blog, I want you to read it instead of me trying to tell you, because it has all these pieces of divine orchestration. So read it. It's amazing. You cannot make it up. And as far as I know, it's something that never happened to anybody else, but Spirit orchestrated it. First of all, getting me there twice. And you'll read all about that at michellebarmedium.com. It's the Lilydale story. I've got 3 things there for you, 2 stories, and then the video of when your dream isn't big enough, if it doesn't scare you, how I scared the shit out of myself. So those are there for you. Some of you that join late, you'll be able to go back and look at this again. Basically, I'm inviting you to my new space, michellebarmedium.com. I've got a masterclass gift for you at the top, and it's not just teaching and training. It is teaching and training, but I take you through energetic processes right there where you're communicating and you're getting information, and I give you tools to use. It's very experiential and interactive, and I'm actually bringing energy to it. So it's great to experience. You can get that, then you can go to the bottom. That's right at the top right. Go to the bottom and you can grab join my community, and I will send you a PDF, how to know you're ready for a breakthrough, and a clarity meditation and clarity activation that I have used a lot. So I'm going to leave you with that. I'm so excited. I want to hear your thoughts. Connect with me, Michelle Barr Medium, my group Being a Medium, michellebarmedium.com. And for those of you that already follow me, this is a call to you. What is your next thing bubbling up that needs to be developed and integrated? What are you being asked to commit to? And what will happen in your life when you do? Thank you so much for being here, sitting here with me, and sharing this launch of michellebarmedium.com with me. I'm excited. I'm excited to share with you. I'm excited to bring all of this to what I'm already doing on Facebook, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Happy 2019. Before this month is over, make a dream that scares you. plan something on your bucket list and make it come true. Bye.